So I agree with him here.
An incredibly sophisticated society that lived on Earth, and that's the Africans, the Egyptians. We don't know what they used, we don't know how they did it, but they moved 2,300,000 stones.
He doesn't know how any of those things happen, but actually scholars do. The Egyptians were an incredibly sophisticated society with complicated writing systems, plenty of bureaucracy, and lots of records. Not to mention their civilization lasted 25 times the age of the United States. In that time, they figured out a lot of stuff. And one of the consistent myths is that we have no idea how obelisks were made and moved, and that there's so much of it underground. None of those things are true. Now, first, we know partly about obelisks because we have them. Many of the Egyptian obelisks were moved to Europe, and you can see one in Italy that people are using for shade. And we have an unfinished obelisk at Aswan, where you can still see chisel marks. They weren't aliens. It wasn't like rocket science. They were cutting the stone, just as we cut stone today. But how could these primitive people lift them up? Remember, they're not primitive. They had a very long-standing and complex society. And they figured out the physics of lifting them and putting them into place. As to how did they move them across the sand, there's a lot of research about that too. And they probably played with a lot of things like wetting the sand and using sledges. So ancient Egypt is fascinating and becomes much less mysterious if you just do some searching. Google is free.